While the Department of Foreign Affairs is unable to confirm any Australian casualties, its latest figures are that there are 50 Australians unaccounted for in New York. Thousands of Australians work there, many at the World Trade Center and in offices around the complex. Some told us today of how close they came.
When the first plane crashed into the World Trade Center, Australian Adam Hopp was working on the 73rd floor.
I literally thought it was the ceiling on the floor above me coming down on top of me. I turned and ran.
Regina Schleider was working on an adjacent building with a 180-degree view of the disaster.
We could see one of the Trade Centre buildings engulfed in flames, and part of it was missing. We could see people were jumping or falling out of the building. It was absolute carnage.
Carolyn Rawson, working for an insurance company on the 103rd floor of the World Trade Center, saw the first plane crash into Tower 1.
And there was a big heat wave, and someone from my team was there, and she said, just let's get out now. And we just ran out, but a lot of people hadn't realized yet what was happening.
That urge to run immediately, her Australian family says, clearly saved her life.
If she had stayed maybe 10 minutes and the second plane had hit, she would have been cut off from getting down to the first floor because the plane would have hit below her floor.
Just 200 metres away from the second tower was Australian fashion designer Richard de Chazal.
The next thing I knew, I think one of the wheels must have come off the plane. It hit somebody standing next to me.
Richard phoned his sister in Sydney to say he was safe, but hit by debris. That news too much for his mother in Queensland.
And he just saw it all happen. And sorry.
You're very lucky.
Yeah, very. Extremely lucky.
And as the calls went out for medical assistance, Sydney doctor Jeff Darms jumped on the subway and spent 6 hours at the scene.
Very much like the kind of things you may have seen in pictures of Beirut. The injuries really seem to be at two extremes. There are those who've been killed outright, and those who've got relatively mild injuries.
He says he treated at least 30 victims.
They're mostly crush injuries and burns.
Many still don't know the fate of their relatives, and Australian families of known survivors, while thankful, are still reeling.
It's so hard to come to grips with. I mean, when we first heard about it last night, all I could really think of doing is praying, you know, just praying.
Sheryl Taylor, National 9 News.